The cream-colored envelope sat on my kitchen counter like it belonged there. Innocent and elegant with my name scripted in flowing calligraphy. I traced my fingers over it. Alexandra Rivera. Feeling that rare spark of hope flicker to life after years of quiet disappointment. Tomorrow. My brother Ethan's wedding to Olivia Bennett was tomorrow, September 15th. And for the first time in ages, the invitation had come directly to me instead of through awkward secondhand mentions or late social media glimpses. I smiled, imagining the day, finding the right dress, wrapping the perfect gift, standing in family photos without feeling like an intruder. The next morning, I drove through Buckhead's tree-lined streets to Aunt Evelyn's house. The raspberry pastries from that little bakery on Peachtree she adored riding shotgun. Her colonial home hadn't changed much since my childhood visits. The same hydrangeas framing the porch. The scent of lemon polish greeting me as she opened the door with a surprised but warm smile. Alex. What a lovely surprise. Come in, honey. We settled in her sunlit living room. Floral cushions and porcelain figurines unchanged. I handed over the box and pulled the invitation from my bag, unable to hide my excitement. I can't wait for tomorrow. It's been forever since we've all been together like this. Ethan actually invited me this time. Her face paled as she took the card, fingers trembling slightly while she scanned the date. Alex, she whispered, voice cracking as she set it down carefully. Like it burned. Confusion hit me first, then that familiar chill. What's wrong? She moved to the mantel, lifting a framed photo I hadn't seen before, turning it toward me slowly. The image slammed into me. Ethan in a sharp navy suit, Olivia radiant in lace. My parents beaming on either side. Cousins and uncles filling the frame. Aunt Evelyn in a soft lavender dress I'd never glimpsed. Everyone laughing under confetti showers. Everyone except me. The date printed on the back, August 29th. 2 weeks ago. My breath caught. They sent me a fake invitation? It wasn't really a question. The pastries sat untouched, their sweetness suddenly sour. They'd gone to the trouble. Matching paper. Perfect wording. Mailing it just late enough to keep me hopeful, but too late to attend. Evelyn reached for my hand, but I pulled back, needing the sting to sharpen into clarity. I had bought a dress. Spent hours choosing a silver frame set from their registry. $300 for a ghost event. She hesitated but showed me the album next. Rehearsal dinner photos at the country club, glasses raised. Speeches. My mother tearing up proudly. Ceremony at their church with white roses everywhere. Reception shots with dancing. Toasts. And there, in one background frame, an empty chair with my name card tucked beside a floral arrangement. They'd set a place for appearances. Told guests I was too busy with work, but ensured I'd never show. The math clicked coldly. Mailed 2 weeks after the real date to prevent any crash. But time to catch me planning excitedly. My phone buzzed, Ethan texting. Hey sis. Can't wait to see you tomorrow. Olivia's thrilled. The cruelty landed like a punch. Evelyn's face crumpled seeing it. This wasn't new. Christmas 3 years back. They told me dinner started at 8 when everyone else heard 5. I'd walked in on dessert, discovering via photos later. Dad's retirement party, same pattern. Always miscommunication. I left her house numb, driving to my parents' familiar home in the suburbs. The colonial house looked peaceful, roses blooming perfectly along the walk. I grabbed the gift box and let myself in with the old key. Voices from the kitchen stopped when I called out. My mother appeared first, dish towel in hand, expressions flashing, surprise, guarded calculation, forced smile. Alex, we weren't expecting you. Is Ethan here? Wanted to congratulate him on tomorrow's wedding. Behind her, Dad and Ethan exchanged looks. Ethan feigned confusion, though his text was fresh. The table held wedding thank you cards for 4, half-written notes scattered. I set the gift down. For your wedding tomorrow, September 15th. Silence stretched. I unfolded the invitation onto the table. My mother cleared her throat. There must be a mix-up. The wedding was August 29th. I nodded. Yes. Evelyn showed me the photos. Lovely ceremony. Especially appreciated the empty place, setting with my name. Dad's voice warned low. No need for drama. Alex. Drama? My laugh cut sharp. You sent a fake invite to keep me from my brother's wedding. And I'm dramatic? Mom lifted her chin. We wanted peace. These days are stressful enough without complications. Complications. The word hung heavy. Ethan shrugged. It wasn't personal. Sis. You always make everything about your feelings. I met each gaze, Dad avoiding mine. Mom stubborn. Ethan irritated. Olivia shifting guiltily. I was excited. Bought a dress. Thought maybe you'd let me in finally. Dad muttered I'd always held myself apart. But I'd been holding myself together while they kept distance. I pocketed the invitation as evidence and headed for the door. Keep the gift. Parting present. Mom called after. You'll be back. You always need us. You're right, I paused. That was my mistake. Ethan's scoff followed. Good luck without us. I replied quietly. We'll see. Next time you need a cosign or bailout. My number's blocked. The door closed behind me, leaving their curated cruelty behind. But this wasn't over. Back in my Atlanta apartment overlooking the skyline, I poured red wine and sat at the table with my laptop. The fake invitation beside me like a mocking artifact. As a wealth manager, I lived by records and trails. My safe yielded the thick folder on family finances, copies of deeds, loans, agreements collected over years out of wary habit. The lake house deed stopped me first. For years ago, inherited by Mom from her side. When Ethan's restaurant startup faltered, they needed cash fast, staff layoffs loomed. Ethan had called tearful, Dad stern in the background. I'd bought Mom's share for $75,000, well above value. With family use understanding. Papers signed eagerly. Ethan hugging me with repayment promises. The bar failed anyway. I built the spreadsheet. Lake house $75,000. Restaurant investment $40,000. Dad's medical bills when insurance lapsed. $15,000. Mom's replacement car. $12,000. 6 months rent on Ethan's apartment after lease cosign. $18,000. Vegas emergency that became a guy's trip without me. $5,000. Kitchen Reno with dinner invites that never came. $3,000. Dad's unemployment support. $800 monthly for half a year. Total climbed past $200,000 in 6 years. Each line carried memories, temporary promises, guilt trips. Family helps family. Alex, don't you care? I did care. That was the trap. Text from Ethan. Rough patch. Sis. Can you spot me? Mom's voicemails about cabin repairs I'd fund while they vacationed without me. A text from Olivia arrived unknown. Sorry about today. Didn't know. Can we talk? Deleted. More entries. Power of attorney signed last year for Mom's procedure. Broader than realized. Financial access if unreachable. Credit inquiries recently on my reports. Applications for cards and loans last month. During wedding prep they knew I'd miss. Rage clarified everything. The fake invitation wasn't just exclusion. It kept me hopeful. Money flowing while staying invisible. They'd use me as ATM while erasing me. I emailed Sarah Klein, top family law attorney specializing in financial abuse. Urgent consultation attached spreadsheets and docs. By Monday morning, Sarah reviewed everything in her office. Expression hardening. This is textbook interfamily financial exploitation. Documentation helps immensely. We revoked the power of attorney immediately. Froze joint accounts. The lake house stayed mine deed. Checks proved fair purchase. Recent credit inquiries flagged for investigation. She advised a protective order. Fake invitation shows malice and premeditation alongside exploitation. Grounds exist. Text flooded. Dad. Overreacting. Talk like adults. Forwarded for records. Over hours. We dismantled ties. Banks notified. Cards canceled. Accounts locked. Caretaker at lake house alerted. Panic texts poured in. Mom on lake account. Ethan on credit cards. Dad on family problems. Sarah noted. Panic breeds mistakes. Save all. Restraining order filed. Judge review within 48 hours. Locks changed at home. Workplace informed. Security flagged. Detective Morrison. Financial crimes specialist. Looped in. Aunt Evelyn called concerned. Your mom says you're destroying everything with lawyers. I explained protection from exploitation. 200,000 in miscommunications. They took privately. Excluded publicly. Evelyn stunned. Extended family questioned the narrative. Cousins noting checks cashed despite awful stories. Rebecca, no. Olivia, in this version, arrived later with a box of old photos. Jewelry from grandma. Cards. I married thinking family meant closeness. Saw the planning deception and realized. I didn't warn you. Ashamed. She left realizing grift patterns. Sarah's follow-up email. Credit reports showed 3 fraudulent cards. 47,000 debt in 6 months. Business expenses for Ethan's new venture using my info via power of attorney. Identity theft. Criminal territory. Prepared to escalate? Yes. The restraining order approved Wednesday. Thursday brought dominoes. Security called. Ethan demanding entry at my office building. Ranting about lease fallout after cosign removal. Instructed police call, if needed. Social media posts from mom. Prayers for betrayal. Comments pitying missed wedding. Ethan posted about family turning over money. Ironic given sums taken. LinkedIn messages. Contacts noting Ethan's investor search for new restaurant. Mentioning I'm uninvolved. Sarah confirmed mom's belligerent lake house attempt. Caretaker called police. Verbal aggression documented. Clients queried concerning calls from my mother about my breakdown. Added defamation claims. Friday cracks widened. Evelyn reported relatives refusing loans. Credit cards cut. Dad unusually silent. Olivia texted indirectly via Evelyn. Saturday. Olivia visited box in hand. Returned memories. House of cards falling. Testifying if needed. Identity theft deep in case. Sarah forwarded to Detective Morrison. Arrest warrants prepared. Fake rehearsal dinner loomed Friday at Atlanta Athletic Club. Details from invite matched real past event. Sarah warned against proximity. But main dining room measured 600 feet from private space. Legal dinner with journalist contacts. Janet from Atlanta Journal. David from local news. Michelle on financial crimes. I wore the $300 dress bought for the ghost wedding. Documents impressed them. Premeditation clear. Through windows. Family gathered in private room. Second celebration of exclusion. Phones rang sequentially. Warrants news spreading. Panic rippled. Gestures wild. Voices raised. Guests dispersed confused. Aunt Evelyn approached boundary. They're hysterical. Police called. I smooth dress. Tell them I wore this for Ethan's real wedding. The one they hid. She retreated. Mom's rage, then tears visible, not remorse. But exposure fury. I clarified to journalists. Not revenge. But truth. Patterns 6+ years proven. Fake invite symbol of deception. They chose greed over kinship. I chose visibility. Through glass. Ethan's face hardened meeting my eyes. Echo of boy I'd helped. Now stranger. Party crumbled into lawyers and charges. Monday arrests. Ethan at apartment. Parents at home. Images for evening news. I skipped viewing. Driving to overlook spot for old family photos. City below mapped lost belonging. Sarah updated. Released on bail. Solid case. No plea yet. Lake house. Assets secured. Letter drafted but unsent. They chose exploitation. Consequences theirs. Evening with chosen friends. Glasses raised to truth. New beginnings. Exits. Fake invite. Once weapon. Now evidence. Peace settled, not full healing, but freedom from unpaid performance. News cycle amplified. Prominent family charged with fraud. Identity theft. Fake invitation headline symbol everyone grasped. Voicemails accumulated. One from Olivia. Annulment through. Testifying for prosecution. Didn't let them steal more peace. Deleted but noted. With friends. Toasts honored presence without transaction. City lights twinkled as former family faced collapse. Tomorrow more revelations. Tonight. I existed fully. Author of my story. They'd tried erasing me. Instead, truth exposed cost of conditional belonging. What price family loyalty when love demands payment? The question lingers. When exclusion hides behind invitations, does justice require burning the bridge entirely?